So I'm solo here on this hike. I've been doing this thing where my company needs a helping hand at other terminals that are short-handed, so I'll come down and help out down in St. Louis now. Apparently St. Louis management just wants a ton of people there working because I'm not getting any overtime, but that's okay. You know, usually you're working a bunch of overtime because you're helping out, catch up and whatnot. But that's okay because I get to go hiking on trails like this. You find all trails. I found this one on All Trails, not a sponsor or anything like that, but it's a good site that we use a lot. So I thought I'd take you guys along with. Here we go. I'm on the Johnson Trail and Salt Lick Trail, south of St. Louis. Valmeyer, if I'm saying that right, is the town that's near here. It's a good trail. It's on the bluff. Mississippi's a bit off, you can't see it, but it's the bluffs that start east of the Mississippi River. Good inclines on both ends and kind of throughout in the middle. Excuse my heavy breathing. I'll keep getting more shots for you. So you think you're just hiking along kind of a prairie trail at the top of the bluff there, and then you kind of realize we're right on the edge. Death-defying hike here. Don't stumble. Here is a cable here for a pretty good descent. I suppose if it's muddy or whatnot, or coming back up, that cable will come in handy. It's a pretty good staircase there. So you come steep out of the woods here. You've got a little prairie project at the top. You've cleared out, getting some wildflowers started. Nice view at the top of the bluff here. There's a campground down there. Looks private, on some sort of a reserve lake. Haven't researched that place yet, but I might be able to get in there, I'm not sure. Train tracks down there too. A train came through earlier. Got a picture of it. Nice there's a bench up here. I had to sit down and take a breather because I was puffing so hard I couldn't even video. There's my water and my sweat towel that I carry around. It's a nice little place at the top of the hill to take a break, catch your breath. Some views. So I'd say this trail, I would say moderate, higher end of moderate, only because of inclines. There's really not a lot of obstacles that you can't manage. Some trickier ones, but if you take breaks, you can hear me puffing. There's a lot of good inclines, but there it is. So, apparently I need the bench too. It levels out up here in front of me. But I would say higher end to moderate only because of the inclines. Take your time, take breaks, or if you're a pusher, just keep going. I mentioned Johnson Trail, Salt Lick Trail. I guess I forgot to mention Newman Trail. Y'all kind of run around, but I'm gonna go to that scenic overlook. It'll be up at the north end of the trail system. I was actually over here yesterday, so I know it's good and worth the hike. Ha. You have to watch your step here. Probably looks closer than what I am. Here's my shadow. Ah, that goes way down right there. All right, here's what caught my eye. Some sort of old trucks. Farmer parked out in the middle there, maybe 20 years ago. Hard to see in the video. I'd love to find out what those are. Take the chassis, put a camper body on the back of an old 60s 2.5 ton truck. That'd be sweet. Nice view up here. Mississippi out that way. St. Louis, right there. There was a lot of talk in the reviews about ticks being bad. You know, you get through a couple spots like this, you can see why. I laid on the DEET heavy, baby. So I haven't had any problems. I keep checking. Woo. Solo hikes are good for the soul. Better than sitting in a hotel room. Just got done with the overlook there. But I miss my hiking buddy. We'll come down here someday, babe. Maybe. So here we go. The start to the descent on the far north end of the trail. Here, if I'm looking straight, that's level. There's the trail going down. It's hard to tell, of course, but this has got to be a good 1/10 to 1/8 of a mile at this angle. I came up it yesterday, so I turned the hike around. Oh, you see the butterfly go by? Lots of butterflies flying around. At any rate, I turned the hike around so that this long incline yesterday is now a decline. Here, I'm about halfway down. It's so hard to get the angles. Okay, I'm gonna hold the phone level. And I'm gonna do a 360 so you can see the incline I'm on. It's a pretty good one. That had to make a lot of noise. Or vibrations, how does it work? That create noise in your head. Whatever, it's cool. So I'm on the lower portion of the trail system. I guess this is the Johnson Trail. Very nice, they have trees marked with identification tags. I always like to see that on trails. Educate yourself. I would say that this portion of the trail down here is, wheelchair accessible. I mean, not the ones with little donut front wheels. You know, you'd have to have something a little more rugged. But oh, heck, pop the grandkids in a wagon if they're not big on the hiking. But to the east of you, depending on which way you're going, it's always going to be east. You get nice views of the bluffs. It's a bumpy trail, but it's close to level. So in one of the reviews, there was a complaint about lots of spider webs, which I thought was kind of silly because, you know, you're in the woods. I don't know if these are going to show up. These are just off the side of the trail. Oh boy, that's hard. See if I can catch the sunlight. There's one right there. There's two of them. These things are 2.5 feet around. And they're out in the middle of this open area. They're strung. There, you can kind of see a glimpse of that one. You gotta look close. But they're out in the middle. They're like, their attachment lines must be 20 feet long, going from tree to tree. Here, let's see if I can get this one angle of the sun. Oh man, that's hard. There's the spider, right in the middle there. But yeah, walking into that could be a little frightening. But very cool. I want to talk about making some noise. I don't know how long ago these big guys came down, but it's a long ways back to the cliff. And there are some big boulders that came screaming down the hill. I don't know what caused them to break loose, but they did. Judging by the trees, you know, 75, 50, 75 years ago, from way up there. They're scattered all along here. 10-foot tall boulders, chunks. Boom. There are a bunch of signs that say off the trail there is unstable ground and crevices. I'm on the lower trail now, and there's just a big old gap right in the side of the hill. Don't know if they mined that out at one time or that's just loose stone that washed out. But I walked the trail right across the top of that at some point. I said earlier this lower trail is wheelchair accessible. I mean, it's not paved. Not paved. So you'd have to be a trooper running back here or have one of those cool tank wheelchairs. But yeah, no, not paved. It's not paved. So, judging by the fact that this is Quarry Road, and there's a bunch of holes poked all along the cliff, leads me to believe that they were pulling stone out of here. I don't know, someone tell me what stone it would be. My son would know for sure. There are some tunnels. I looked in that one earlier. They have some maintenance materials in that one there. And that one goes all the way through. But they don't want you to go in there. Go in, mine, pay a fine, is what they say. So I don't know who's gonna bust me on that one, but this area certainly has, it's been a long hike. I think I probably did about 5 today. This area has been cleared out for sure. I do have an outhouse there at the one end of the trail for you if you have an emergency. So I just ran up the road here. Here is the backside of that mine. A road used to go in there. There's a trail that popped out right about there, and you'll see that there is a trucking refrigeration company here using the caves for refrigeration. Pretty cool. Here's down from the road below. There's the lookout. And the bluffs all along the way.